Okay, so lesson number 2 today. Alright, so I just kind of went through a quick recap what we talked about last time. Okay, today, after watching you hit some balls, there's a couple things that we're going to work on, alright? Just a couple minor adjustments. First one being, okay, the shoulders. See how much of a tilt we have. Okay? A little bit too much for an iron. Okay, if you were to look back at some of our other shots, this was our last lesson. See how we're a little more level with our shoulders. Okay? That's more acceptable here. Okay? It's just what happens when you have a very, very severe shoulder drop is have a tendency to miss hit the ball. Okay? So either hit it thin or hit it a little heavy. Okay? Have you been hitting a lot of heavy shots? A few heavy shots? Yeah, okay, so that's probably the reason as to why we're hitting some heavy shots. So we're going to try and get that shoulder, okay, a little bit taller, okay, when you set up. Second thing we're going to look at, okay, is we're going to take a quick look at this swing here. And this is something we talked a little bit about last year. Remember that line? Okay, what do you think we're going to get into? I know we talked about this last year. Remember, we take the club back. We want that club to be on that line majority of the time, don't we? Okay, so when you see that club, see how that club's going way back, and see how it even is out of the shot here? Okay, it's out of the camera. And then the club goes up. Okay, right now what we have is more of a baseball swing. Okay, you playing baseball or what?
No.
No? Okay, so what we want to make sure we do is when you take the club back, okay, if we were to look at Rory, okay, it's a good example. Well, we're going to draw the line here. Okay, he's going to take the club back, see how it goes right back along that line, and it's a little more up. Okay, when you see where we are, we're a little more around. Okay, so two things are going to happen. One, you could hit it right. Okay. Number two, if you get your hands in there quick enough, or too quick, you're going to hook it. Okay. So instead of just taking it up and swinging it back down, okay, this line that we have drawn, we're having to rely more on taking it around our body and then using our hands to get the ball to go where we want it to go. And sometimes those hands will go a little too far, okay, and they'll kind of flip through. Okay, so when I say flip through, I want you to look at this. Okay, I'm going to let this play. I'm going to stop it when we get just before impact, okay? Okay, watch these hands. See how those hands, okay, or when we get to impact, they're behind the club face. And then watch where those hands are going. You see how now I can't see barely any of your glove. Okay? We want to make sure we can see a little bit of that glove. Okay? Excuse me. Alright. So if we were to look... Okay, we were to watch him. Okay, see how his hands are ahead. And now we can still see majority of his glove, right? Until well after the ball. Okay, but when we get to impact, we lose sight of that glove almost right away. Okay? So we're going to work on your takeaway. It's going to be the big one. Okay? And then we're going to touch on this a little bit more later on. Okay? But I'm going to really work on that takeaway, and I want you to try and get that club a little more in front of you when you take it back and not all the way around you. Okay? So let's go back. We're going to hit some balls, and then we'll look at this in a little bit, alright?
Okay.